MrBeast also had somebody that was in a position of manager at the company. That person was a registered sex offender.
But he was like the manager when it all started. What I hear is out of the registry for doing some not great stuff to some underage people. He's working at a channel that has underage people on and around and is targeted to underage people.
It's complete negligence.
Shit, nigga, they got some more Nickelodeon shit going on, bro. Come on, bro. Yes, sir. We back with another one, man. We got the collapse of MrBeast, bruh. This right here is crazy, crazy work, bro. I've been hearing a lot of allegations about MrBeast, bro. Like, but I ain't really dug into the story, so like, man, this shit get wild, bro. Get wicked.
Let's not forget about Chris Tyson, MrBeast's first subscriber and day one homie. Chris wasn't just a friend, he was pretty much MrBeast's YouTube ride or die.
Were you also his bestie?
Bestie, yeah. We grew up, sat at the same lunch table. We were kind of the only kids who talked about like YouTube and video games.
So a bunch of nerds.
Yeah, you know, the nerds. But so we would hang out afterwards, film videos together, and we just fell in love with doing it.
As the channel blew up, the ideas had to scale. MrBeast planted 20 million trees, opening free banks, and even paying off people's medical bills. MrBeast wasn't just giving away money, he was changing people's lives. And it was really refreshing to see, especially in a world where influencers just use their money for themselves. It was nice to see somebody doing good with that money.
David has so far won $19,000 without leaving the circle.
But as the saying goes, with great power comes great responsibility, or in this case, great controversy. Because when you're at the top, there's only one direction left to go, and sometimes that's down. If you've been following MrBeast from the beginning, you'll know Chris Tyson. Chris isn't just a side character in the story. He's a core member of the MrBeast crew. He's like that one friend that's always down for whatever.
Yeah, I feel like the earliest videos you guys made really were capturing that friendship.
Yeah, it was just us just doing whatever we could think of it, because there was no rules back then. There was no like algorithm or anything. It was just whatever you could film, put it on YouTube.
Chris has been
making that's crazy, like that you be friends with him that whole time and never know like what was going on. Like, it's crazy. Or did he know? I don't know.
Lines for reasons that don't exactly scream fun in games. Now, if you guys have been keeping up with the drama, I don't really care for it, but Chris came out as transgender last year, and at first the internet seemed to just give Chris love, but that was kind of short-lived. We all know the internet can switch up faster than your ex when they see you thriving. Things took a sharp turn when allegations started popping up. It all started with allegations of inappropriate messages to a minor. And if that wasn't messy enough, it got even wilder when Chris was linked to some pretty disturbing images created by an artist known as Shadman.
You know, like Mall Cop?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I mean, I would go extra large, but...
And this is not the type of drama you want following you around, man. Especially when you're part of one of the biggest YouTube empires on the planet. And people were not having it. It was weird. You have a person with this much influence doing things they shouldn't be doing. And they're old enough to understand. It was weird. You have a person with this much influence doing things...
Just put my nudes in. What? What are you tweaking, bro?
They shouldn't be doing, and they're old enough to understand the consequences. Chris Tyson is a 28-year-old human being, and since Chris is associated with MrBeast, it stains an image on MrBeast's brand. As the controversy around Chris Tyson grew, so did the stakes. And I'm not just talking about losing subscribers or dealing with bad press. We're talking about real financial and reputational fallout that could affect not just only Chris, but the entire MrBeast crew and brand. And when you've got millions of dollars, multiple businesses, and an army of fans on the line, the pressure is on. But as they say, when it rains, it pours. And for MrBeast, this was just the beginning of the storm. I know you're probably thinking, okay, so Chris Tyson is in the hot water, but MrBeast is too big to fail, right? I mean, he's basically the Oprah of YouTube. You get a car, you get a car, you all get cars. Nah, when your brand is built on being the good guy of the internet, any scandal is like a crack in the foundation. And once those cracks start spreading, things can get real shaky, real fast. We're talking about millions, if not billions on the line. Let's talk numbers. MrBeast isn't just a YouTuber, he has a full media empire. He's got the main channel, multiple side channels, a burger chain, a chocolate bar company, and probably some island somewhere that he's planning to give away next week. If we're talking about MrBeast alone and not his brand, if he's smart enough to diverse some of his wealth into property or other asset related investments, I think he'll be okay in the long term. But now speaking for his brand,
I feel like
we can
dude really trying to be like on some Elon Musk ass shit, like on some real shit. Crazy.
off with MrBeast Burger.
I opened up the world's first free restaurant. And if that wasn't enough, I also paid people to eat at my restaurant.
It was supposed to be a fast food revolution. Like, why go to a McDonald's when you can order a burger from your favorite YouTuber?
We haven't even opened yet, and the police just told us they had to shut down a mile of traffic, and there's 1,000 cars in line.
Damn. Recently, the dream has been fading.
Yeah! I've never ran a restaurant before.
Locations are shutting down, complaints are piling up, and the hype, well, that's kind of gone stale. MrBeast was generating tens of millions in revenue annually. As of January 2023, MrBeast Burger had $150 million worth of revenue, but they only made a profit of about $30 million, which means they had to spend $120 million to run their operation. This includes the real estate and location, staffing and labor costs, equipment and kitchen maintenance, marketing and promotion, food and beverage costs, technology and innovations, and much more. Even though MrBeast only made $30 million out of spending $150 million, he had a net profit of 20%, which is actually pretty high for most of the restaurant industry. On average, restaurant net profits are usually 3 to 6%, and for restaurants that are really well managed, it could be 10% or slightly higher. MrBeast Burger was a ghost kitchen model.
Comment down below if you've ever worked in fast food. It's stressful.
Ghost kitchens usually operate out of existing kitchens and restaurants that have excess capacity. So basically, MrBeast Burger was a restaurant inside of a restaurant. This helped drastically reduce costs, as MrBeast wasn't running a regular brick and mortar restaurant. MrBeast Burger started declining because people started noticing that the quality wasn't living up to the hype. Orders went wrong, food was cold, and the overall experience just left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth.
Oh no! If you feed it, you might get some that too. That's sick. That's sick. No, sir.
In June 2023, MrBeast said he's moving on from MrBeast Burger and shut all operations. That was definitely a significant financial impact in growing the MrBeast brand. But luckily that happened before the Chris situation and other controversies. MrBeast said that he wanted to focus more on Feastables, his chocolate brand.
This is my old Feastables chocolate bar. And as you know, it tastes better than a Hershey's bar.
These controversies are now affecting his chocolate brand. According to MrBeast, most of the money he uses to make his videos come from Feastables sales. As of 2024, Feastables is supposed to project to $500 million this year. Since chocolate is much more easy to produce and manage than having large restaurant chains, that's the more reason why Feastables
Where's
is much
this
more
shit
successful.
at? Cause I've yet to see any of this shit. Feastables, I have never seen this shit over here. That shit is probably not in the Midwest, bro.
And it's across the globe, not just America. But with the Chris Tyson drama and other controversies, this could affect how people view his brand, which could cause a loss in potential sales. Millions, even hundreds of millions lost. But as much as chocolate is good, we can't forget about the main bread and butter. MrBeast's insane YouTube videos.
That crane is going to lift your car up 100 feet and then in 24 hours drop it, and you have to catch it without it being destroyed. Seriously? Yeah.
Each high budget video can cost in between $500,000 to $3 million. And with YouTube's ad revenue that's always fluctuating and potential brand deals in jeopardy because of the controversies, the financial pressure could start building. If one of those $1 million video flops, or if sponsors start pulling out, MrBeast could be facing a massive shortfall, potentially losing millions in a single bad month. In July 2023, MrBeast shared that he spent $3 million on a video, but only made $167,000 the first 4 days of its release. I mean, in the long term, that video is gonna make much more money, but I would be pissed as hell if I spent $3 million on a video and only made $160,000 back. That's the more reason why Feastables is so important, and why the $10 to $20 million he makes annually off of sponsorships and merchandise, probably even more now, is just as important too. MrBeast has a wholesome brand image now. If MrBeast fans want to buy a product or a brand wants to work with him, they might not want to associate with his brand because of all the controversies. This could cause him to lose a lot of money. It's like a domino effect. One controversy leads to another. This could be $100 million problem, or worse, $1 billion brand in jeopardy. And the craziest part, we're just scratching the surface. The real question is if MrBeast can survive this. But how much longer until he can keep up the act without something or someone falling apart? It might not be much longer, because there was a YouTuber named Dogpack that dropped a video called "I Work for MrBeast, He's a Fraud." He mostly talks about how Jimmy is laser focused on making the best video possible, no matter what it takes. It's all about the views, clicks, and of course the money.
Do you think think Jimmy really enjoys doing good and helping people?
I think Jimmy wants to be the best YouTuber. I think he is laser focused on one goal, and I think whatever he has to do to achieve that goal, he'll do.
There were a lot of interesting claims in the video, such as MrBeast gets happy when people cry after he gives them money because, and I quote, it's good content.
I think when he's generous on camera, it's the least authentic thing in the world. There's an element of, oh, hey, you're crying, that's so good for camera. If you're crying because you're so thankful that you got XYZ, and then you go, oh, I'm so glad he needed it that bad so I could come in and, oh, can you cry more? Oh, it's so good for the camera if you could, it made me uncomfortable that I was working there. I didn't like it.
Bro was really out here rooting for your tears because it makes a better thumbnail. MrBeast's authenticity with his charitable acts was also criticized.
It was the smartest decision for him that he calculated. If I donate to charity, people can't say I'm shitty. If I give this homeless guy 10K, what do you mean I'm a bad guy? But I've always thought, if you're gonna do something nice for somebody and you stick a camera in their face while you do it, you didn't do a nice thing for somebody, you gained something. There was a homeless guy on the street and you saw an opportunity for yourself and your image. You gave one guy $10,000 who needed it to eat, and now the revenue you generated from that video is way more than what you gave.
There was also an issue with how the MrBeast...
Facts. That shit lame. That shit is lame.
Team doesn't take no for an answer, and they really mean it. Imagine you're running a store and MrBeast wants to film a video there. You say no, thinking that's the end of it, right? Wrong. Next thing you know, he's calling your boss's boss, your boss's parent company. Like, the whole team is relentless, apparently, and the guy doesn't take no as an answer.
Specifically on page 19, there's a paragraph called, "No does not mean no." Already insane. It seems to be co-opting the popular slogan, which is a terrible look given the allegations that are going to be coming out very soon. When dealing with people outside MrBeast Productions, never take no at face value.
Dogpack dropped another video with an interview of another MrBeast employee named Jake Weddle. He actually participated in a challenge called Survive in Solitary Confinement for $300,000.
I'm in a few of the videos, sometimes maybe purposefully kept to the shadows a little bit. I'm in the cutting room floor.
Sounds intense, right? Well, it was until Jake ended up with serious mental and psychological issues from the experience. It was pretty much MrBeast's own version of the Stanford prison experiment, and that experiment is known as one of the most unethical psychological experiments ever. And MrBeast was trying to recreate it for views.
It looks good on camera, you know, it's movie magic bullshit. A hot tub that's not connected to a filtration system. Give it 3 days, it's gonna stink. Cameras 24/7 on me. Okay, I got no access to sun, I got no access to clock, the lights are on me all the time. I wasn't sleeping.
But you still did it though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get mad, bro, when, like, you agreed to do this shit. Like, people are agreeing they would do anything for some bread, bro. So you, like, you kind of got to take accountability, bro. Like, you decided to do this shit. You can't complain about the shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, I can see if you did it and then you didn't get paid, you ain't get shit out of it, then yeah, but you signed up, you agreed to do the shit, bro.
I could not sleep. 24 hours breaking the Geneva Convention, I guess, is what we're doing.
Jake only got $100,000 of the $300,000 that was promised.
I did not get the 300K. What I got, you guys think of it this way. At least you get to keep what you earn. You were in there for XYZ days. You did XYZ challenges, so you got 100,000 some change.
And the video never came out. Instead, MrBeast jokingly said to Jake, "Don't sue." That's crazy.
Your mental health's the most important thing. You know, just want to make sure you're okay. And the last thing we want you to do is, I can almost hear the word sue come out of his mouth. The S, he just stopped right before it got out.
And to make it worse, Jake had to pay $40K in taxes and use the rest of his money to support his family, as well as his stand-up comedian career he wants to continue.
You know how much money I spent in taxes in 2021? I spent $44,000 in taxes alone. And now I spent all that money on doing stand-up. I bought plane tickets to go do comedy festivals. My family back home, I gave them a bunch of stuff that they needed, and I haven't been back on a Beast set in any official capacity or unofficial capacity since then. And then they did the video with somebody else, and they worked out the kinks.
And if you thought that was bad, oh my god, there's more. Dogpack also exposed that there were sexual assaults within the MrBeast crew that Jimmy didn't want to report because it would hurt the public image, as well as how one of the contestants named Rosanna Pacino, she said Jimmy's production team took every contestant's underwear and medicine from them for some weird reason. They were told they would be given back each night to change, but were not. Multiple female contestants messaged me saying that Beast Game still has her underwear. You have to be on another level of down bad to be doing doing this. In addition to having somebody potentially attracted to minors on the team,
you know, there's obviously evidence of like the Shad-based stuff, like that's been out for a while. People have internally known at the company that like Chris is kind of a potential minors attracted person, and the company protects her, and they were protecting her, and they protected her as long as they could. Jimmy knew, everyone knew, so.
MrBeast also had somebody that was in a position of manager at the company. That person was a registered sex offender.
But he was like the manager when it all started. What I hear, he's on the registry for doing some not great stuff to some underage people. He's working at a channel that has underage people on and around and is targeted to underage people. They covered up the fact that not only did he work there.
Like, how does that even happen? That's just complete negligence.
Shit, nigga, they got some more Nickelodeon shit going on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
And the fact that MrBeast tried to physically hide him in videos by wearing a mask, oh my god.
Why would you wear a mask? Why would you conceal your face? It's like, what are you concealing? That you are a registered sex offender? And that your face can be looked up on a thing? How much more can you literally cover up a sex offender with a physical mask?
As the drama progressed, MrBeast apologized to Jake via Twitter. He also offered to give Jake the remaining $190,000 he was owed for that challenge.
He said, hey, I wanted to reach out and say I didn't mean to cause you mental stress with that video, and I apologize. Clearly it had an effect on you. You mentioned you'd like to be paid out the rest of the prize money, the other $190,000. And I'd love to make things right with you. I have zero expectation of you mentioning me sending you this money publicly or taking down any videos. This is just me wanting to help you out and make sure you're good. I just need to know if you still have the same bank or not. We'll send you the money on Monday. Wish you the best. The personal apology, I respect. That's how I would have wanted it to go down.
But the crazy thing is, Jake politely declined. He said he only needed $50,000.
But I couldn't take it. It's still like the rest of the prize money. And that's not what it was about. Counter offer. 50. You save $140,000. You just give me 50. That's gonna cover all my debts, medical bills, taxes, and that'll get me back to zero.
Yo.
You're a real ass nigga, but shit, I would have took that 190. I ain't gonna hold you. But you know why. But you know why he sent the bread, though. You know why he was, you know what I'm saying? You know why he got on that, though. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to say too much. You look, shh, shh, shh.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I would have just took the whole thing. Like, what? Hell no. I'm getting exactly what I deserve.
And I get to keep saying whatever the hell I want. I'm not gonna worry about you guys coming after me for being myself.
I guess I get where Jake is coming from, but I would be a very petty person. If someone's telling me I gotta do XYZ work and I get paid XYZ money, I'm getting that XYZ money. No questions asked and no counter offers. With everything that we talked about, financial struggles, controversies, and now this toxic workplace culture, MrBeast's downfall seems almost inevitable if he doesn't address these issues head on. Can he pull through, or will his empire come crashing down? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, this is not gonna be a smooth ride for MrBeast. Let's start with all the good things he's done. MrBeast built his foundation and empire on giving back and changing lives. His philanthropy is one of the main reasons behind his popularity, but the controversies could undermine his credibility. If his audience start to question his authenticity, he could lose a lot of viewership and trust. Financially, the situation is not much better, as we discussed earlier in the video. If the revenue starts drying up, we could see a major shift in Jimmy's content strategy in the future, with bigger projects not seeing the light of day. I think if MrBeast can address these controversies and make genuine efforts to clean all this up, there's a chance people will forgive him a little bit. Not entirely though. I mean, the allegations were kinda serious. MrBeast's rise and potential fall could be a lesson learned for future creators. It's a reminder that flashy content can give us a lot of views, but they also come with their own set of risks. So it's nice to have a good balance between entertainment and ethics, and also to never get too carried away of your power and influence, because life will humble you very quickly.
I think
Facts. Real shit, bro. Real shit. Some of these motherfuckers be they be consumed with like just I get it, you know what I'm saying? This your purpose. You want to follow your dreams. You want to be great. You want to be the best, bro. I get it. But don't do too much, bro. Don't do too much, bro. Chill, enjoy your billions, gang. Like, chill and enjoy life, bro. Like, get your shit. You can get up out of Dodge, bro. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this shit, man.